I would like to bring back from my childhood today is when my mom used to come into my room, scanning it with her eyes and then looking into mine. Your room's a mess. Go clean it up. And I would comply, believing it was an aesthetic-based issue. And that idea remained until a couple years ago. Back then, I had the habit of waking up early to study. But one day, I just couldn't focus. And I didn't know why, as I was mentalized with the activity, but I just couldn't. So in the midst of my crisis, I looked around my room and I saw that my bed was undone and that there were too many books on my desk. So I stood up, I made my bed, I organized the books, and I sat back down. As if it was magic, I finally managed to focus and finish my task. Such a simple action, cleaning, had led me to thrive, had led me to understand and finish my work that day, and changing the idea I had over the discipline as well, as I had understood how cleaning helped me thrive, helped me do my homework. Ergo, this leads me to the core of this talk, how the art of cleaning represents the impact that the small actions have in the greater habits. However, we must first understand the idea of why art. As when one speaks about art, one thinks about paintings, sculptures, and even music. However, art transcends the barriers of theory and time, becoming a timeless medium for self-expression. Which leads me to interpreting cleaning as an art, a conclusion that comes from the Nietzschean perspective of art, as art is a desire to impact someone's reality, as when one cleans, one aspires to thrive, to change, to improve, and to feel good. That is why cleaning is taken as an art in the first place. According to many all over the world, and this is given by the significance of cleaning, a clean room represents a clean mind. How many of us had heard this phrase before? Many of us, right? And it's an empirical statement that has been inquired upon by experts. A study carried out in Princeton University back in 2011 evaluated how the presence of various subjects in a room, basically in this order, contributed to overall sensorial overwhelm and concentration issues. Coming from my personal experience, I may say that it is actually true, as that day I couldn't focus while doing my schoolwork. It was because my room was messy and I was being overstimulated by my surroundings, which shouldn't bother me, and my object of interest. So, in order to carry out the principle of clean room, clean mind, the 5S method is suggested. In essence, what is the 5S method? The 5S of Kaizen, or continuous improvement, is a Japanese cyclical method that was built in order to organize workplaces and that later on transcended offices, helping individuals in any life aspect. Showing that the 5S explores the simplicity of the method and the interconnectedness in factors, as one needs to follow various steps in order to reach a common goal. This leads us to our first S, satiety or sort out. In order to organize, you may first classify everything that you have between what should remain and what shouldn't remain. For example, when I clean my closet, I like to organize my clothes, and I say, okay, I'm not wearing this anymore. This doesn't fit me anymore, but I do like this. In this way, I may organize things later as I know what should remain and what should not. This will leave the opportunity for new things to come in, as for old things to go out. It's a state of balance. Artistically, as my talk is the art of cleaning, it may be perceived as the recollection of antique books, back then papyruses, in the Library of Alexandria, as merchants try to fake the contents of these books, which force the librarians to reorganize the texts that reach the library based on the truthfulness and the utility of them. And from a modern point of view, it may be seen as the role of archivists in museums and libraries, who are supposed to organize all the texts that will be exposed and researched upon. Our next S is Seiton, or organization. Once everything is classified, you must organize them in a system that will be strategic. Don't fear the use of storage boxes or labels, as you must be reminded of things. For example, everyone at home knows that Sunday is cleaning days, because mom would usually always tell us, tomorrow we're cleaning, tomorrow we're doing the bathroom, no, tomorrow you're mopping the house, you're doing the dishes. So after reminding yourself about things, either if it's verbally or in a written form, you can start setting up the routine and building the organization strategy and habit that you will start to follow. Our next S is say so or shine. Clean. It is a punctual one when it comes to the art of cleaning, as cleaning demands that your space is visually attractive, but at the same time, that the activity that goes on when you clean. As cleaning is dynamic. Things are not going to be just in a perfect state without being unmovable. They're going to be moving. Hence, you should be cleaning throughout the time in order for your spaces to be actually nice and presentable at the same time. For instance, I know that my room must be cleaned every day. I know that I'll be doing my bed and undoing my bed. So I have the routine where I know that, okay, I'm gonna go to my bed, I'm gonna do my bed, and I'm doing the dishes, for instance. So you always have to keep your spaces clean. Our next is seiketsu, or standardization. Once a habit of order is built, it must be built in order for it to be sustainable. This means for it to last for a long while, as it is much more unnecessary and exhausting as well to keep changing things constantly. As if I leave things in a way, it's for them to remain in a way for the most time possible. For example, when I organize my bookcase, I have my specific order. So I have spines, black spines in here, collections over there, and I'm not going to be changing that every other day, as it is unnecessary. At the same time, standardization teaches the importance of discipline when doing things, as you must standardize a routine that you're going to follow through time. And talking about discipline, what's the first thing one sees in an author? That's right. Discipline. Consider Franz Kafka, the writer of the classic The Metamorphosis. Kafka was a worker during the mornings, killing himself in order to gain the minimum wage. However, he thrived with his passion of writing every night before going to bed. And at the end, it isn't only Kafka, the only writer who teaches us about standardization and discipline. Modern classicist Donna Tartt, writer of the bestseller The Secret History, commented in an interview how her masterpieces are only published after years of daily research, writing, and correction, moving slowly in the process, but thriving at the end. And our last S is shikutse, or sustainability. As if our routine is already built, it must be built for it to last, as it doesn't make sense that we're changing things constantly, as mentioned before. Here, we may also acknowledge the importance of keeping things in a way and following things, establishing goals and actually complying with your goals. As standardization teaches us that we're doing a process, but the process should also have a purpose at the end of the day. But now, we know about just the strategies overall to keep our spaces visually clean. But cleaning is not only about the visuals. It is not only about the activity that goes on in order to keep our spaces pretty, or for my mom not to scold me every day because my room's a mess. Cleaning also has a psychological impact, and it's what keeps us moving, what keeps us going on, and at the end, what keeps us moving to thrive. Cleaning gives me satisfaction. It doesn't only give me satisfaction to me. It gives satisfaction to my mom and to all the other people who love cleaning and who feel good by cleaning. Satisfaction is important, and it's something that is actually researched upon by experts. In an article by Forbes Health, they comment on how endorphins are released during the action of cleaning, because cleaning involves also the physical activity that goes on while mopping or while organizing things. Hence, as our body's releasing endorphins, we're also feeling better about ourselves and we're feeling satisfied. While going back to the activity of studying, for instance, and the order in workplaces, cleaning also helps to improve focus, as our mind is decluttered by our surroundings. As mentioned in the introduction and the study carried out by Princeton, when our surroundings are cluttered and are full of things, we cannot focus. So cleaning also helps us improve our focus at the end of the day. So now we know about the benefits of cleaning, about the psychological impact, about strategic method, and I hope that you can get to apply the method. But at the end of the day, why art? And why cleaning? The metaphor of art is just a mere appropriation, because I'm an art enthusiast, especially a literature enthusiast. However, art, and coming from the Nietzschean perspective, teaches us that art is a channel to impact in our reality, as it teaches us human beings that we can change our lives through the artistic creation. And the artistic creation is any intentional human action that we want for it to be artistic, that we want it to channel our inner thoughts and what we really want to manifest into our reality, which is improvable, which is change. Therefore, I hope that today you can just learn and feel better about yourselves, that you go home and it's not that you feel bad because your space is not organized, but rather that you feel good because you want to change and you have the inspiration and the will to impact in your reality, to change toward the better. Because as Nietzsche would say, we all are artists. Thank you very much.